So, old Brito boy, class of 1978. So, John, we've just met 5 minutes back, 15 minutes back, and it's so lovely talking to you.
Absolutely.
I learned you're in Qatar.
I'm in Qatar now.
After retiring from the bank,
yeah.
Tell us what you're doing.
28 years I worked for the bank. Earlier I used to work 2 years in the oil field. I was in petroleum. And then earlier than that I used to work for supply department.
And now?
Now I'm retired. I'm running my father's business.
Very interesting. Yeah. So this is
my father's business.
This is a business which says Goan Art Tailors.
This is started from Bahrain. Then we came to Qatar. So my dad and my uncle, they were all together. So that is how we had not one, we had 4 showrooms. And
wow. Where 4? Where about?
There in Qatar itself.
Qatar.
We used to do.
All in Doha?
Yeah, all in Doha. Because Qatar is small state.
Yeah.
It's a Gulf state.
Yeah.
So we had 4 shops, and we used to have contracts for Qatar Airways. We have contract for oil company.
I see.
Yeah, we had contract. Now we are even having especially for the hotel industry. So, but the thing is, money payment is very slow. That's why we have.
It's like Goa.
Yeah, no, Goa everywhere because of the recession, economy. Everywhere the money is shortage now.
But John, just to go back, what we were saying, I liked your point you were making a little while back. See, tailoring is one of the fields where Goans have had a niche.
Yeah, initially everybody was running to this field, but nowadays all the youngsters they are running to the cruise line.
Yeah.
They are going to London. They are going foreign countries, but I don't know what job they are doing.
Yeah.
Some of them are with high profile.
Yeah,
they are doing extremely well.
Yeah.
Some of them, they are on the middle age.
But this was one of the fields where Goans had a head start. The others being food, sports, maybe photography, maybe journalism, advertising. No?
Absolutely. Because Goans were professionally in, especially in the bakery fields. They were good in, even what you said is correct, in journalism, and they were good also in domestic line. Okay.
Yeah.
And especially not only men, the ladies also.
Yeah.
I remember my dad used to recruit ladies, but we
teachers, nurses,
and
even ayahs,
especially ayahs. But he never charged them. Only on Fridays, my daddy has to do a little expenditure. He used to, the big dish he used to cook. I think maybe enough for 20 people, 25 people biryanis,
Yeah.
Guy used to come, his friend. And that guy, he's a Muslim guy, but good.
Yeah.
But he wanted 1 pack of to drink,
okay.
But, those days were really good. And
so your dad cooked for everyone who was working for him?
He was not cooking.
He got someone to cook?
He used to get a guy.
For everyone who was working for him?
Not for him also, but all these ayahs and these people used to come in our house,
So it was like a community meeting place?
Yeah, we used to meet in the
shop?
No, in our house. Our house was very big.
Really?
Yeah, it was very big, and he had a great passion for gardening,
So
grow vegetables and this and that.
So what you're saying was that your house was like a club for the small Goan community there?
Yeah, small community, especially the logo.
Humble folk.
They used to come.
Hardworking.
7 days they work and 1 day they get rest.
Weekend.
Weekend, and they used to come. So they used to sit, and there was a helping hand, Many hands make light work, we say.
So everyone helped?
Helped in the kitchen and this and that.
And they had a meal together?
Yeah, all together. But
so this was like a club, no? This was like a club. But informal,
and then after we played Tambola, and then
really,
there was Tambola, and they are really happy,
So which years are you talking about now?
This is early 70s, 80s.
Early 70s.
Yeah, I was in the college at that time, so we enjoyed. I really hats off to my dad, and may his soul rest in peace.
They had a very strong committee spirit, no?
My father, they knew everybody,
What was your father's name?
He was Sebastian, but they used to call him Crasto. Crasto, everybody knew him. The whole of Qatar knew him,
Really?
So he was a versed guy. And if his friends were passing around like that, and even I cannot whistle that. He used to whistle that, come.
I see.
Come have cup of.
Really?
Yeah, he was like that. He was very, very. I'm not
Outgoing, extrovert.
Extra, you know. I'm saying where are the
Friendly.
and one thing is he used to say, you know, Goan always say, "Arey, my zone." I say, "Here are to me." So he used to say like that, you know. But that is joking.
Yeah. No, it's not a bad word. It's not
bad word. It's
just friendly way of addressing.
And then you know, when my father was sick and he passed away, I think. I don't know. I didn't even know because I was not in my senses at that time.
Okay.
So a lot of people came.
I see.
A lot of people came to pay.
We remember our parents after a long time.
After a long time.
We take them for granted.
Because my dad, you know, because of him today I'm standing because I took a lot of beating from him. You know.
I see. He was strict?
He was very strict. You know, we water our garden with the pipe, right?
Yeah.
He beat me with that. And I used to go with these Arab boys, you know, during holidays here and there, like. And you know, Arab boys are naughty, and I also became naughty.
Yeah.
And then one day he said, I will show this boy every time he's going out. So we had a gunny bag, you know, bag, the big rice.
Sack.
Yeah, sack. He put me inside, tied me inside, and put me in the corner, made hole. And
really?
My mother, if you touch that sack, you see, but in the evening, then my uncle said, forget. He's a young boy, no. He was very strict.
What are your first memories of Qatar, John?
Qatar, you know, early ages, we used to have oil company, you know that, and we have a lot of domestic Goans over there. So on Fridays, it was a holiday, not like nowadays. So we used to go on Thursday night and spend with those people, the Goan boys. I mean, they were there, and for them, the food was subsidiary. You know?
The food was
subsidiary.
Yeah.
They used to, if the chicken cost 10 rupees, they used to get 2 rupees.
I see.
Like that. So we enjoyed over there, and we used to have fishing. We take nets, and we were close to the sea, do fishing and all that.
Which years now? This is 70s.
It is end of 70s.
Okay.
And early of 80s.
Okay.
Like, that time I was in
high school.
I was in college.
College. What are your memories of Britos?
See, honestly speaking, Britos, the Jesuits, no.
Yeah.
I don't know. They say these guys are poor. I said no, they are not poor. They will mold you. Any boy coming from any Jesuit school, I'm not only talking about Britos, even Sanswa in Bombay also, when we came down, you know, they will mold you and they will make you a kind of like, you know, a person to you. And today I am very grateful because I have so much love for my school because I come from St. Britos school, and I remember there was one brother. I don't know whether you remember or some of them will remember.
Who?
Brother Joseph, you know.
Brother Joseph, maths.
Still that formula.
Oops, one second.
And you know, as you spoke about Julius Desai, you know, Para. He was a little naughty. He used to go and he used to talk and fiddle, like, you know. So he turned around and he threw the chalk on him. And he said, I have taught boys who have become doctors and engineers. Don't play, you know. And he was a very strict guy, you know.
Brother Joseph.
When you say good morning, brother, like, you know,
he would hardly smile, no? He would not even smile.
There was no smile on his face. But
he was a nice guy.
He was a very good. Today I respect him, you know. Then Father Pali. Then, you know,
Palitanam, the botanist.
Yeah, he was there. And another priest he has PhD at those days. He used to go to St. Xavier's, you know. The car used to come there and
Father Pali, that was.
And there was one more.
Father
Pali, but he died of cancer, I think.
Okay.
I don't know. And there was Father George also. They were good. What do you call it? I don't know. There's this language, Malayalam, and then we used to say Andagundu, like, you know, those.
Make fun of them,
make fun of them. But that was Brother Abraham. He's now
Father Abraham.
Father Abraham, and of course, all we know Father Katang, Father Mario
Mireles.
Yes, he was good. Father. Who's that? Toscano. Father Toscano was there, and Father Theo the Sale. They was our principal, no?
Who were the teachers you remember?
My first teacher was Teacher Flory. You know, they used to stay behind the school. She was there, and her teacher used to give us tuition and pinch like anything.
I see.
Then Teacher Teresa was there. Teacher Teresa, teacher Jacinta, I remember, teacher Anne, and then there was another teacher, I can't get her name.
So you were in the school from KG to SSC?
I was
10 years?
No, I was still, that time they put me in first standard because my report came from Bombay. Because
Okay.
what happened, I got all red marks now on the report. So I tore it and tore it out.
I see.
So they couldn't, that was the only record. So, I mean, while going, then my dad's godchild, he sent, and then they put me from first standard to second standard, they put me. And that time, you know this guy who's now, what's his name? He's what, MP now, no? South, Viriato.
Yeah, Virato.
He was my classmate.
Where in Britos?
Yeah.
Who said?
I'm telling you.
Really?
Yeah, he was there. Then after, I don't know, in 4th or 5th standard he left. Or what.
Nari Baba.
Where,
You're sure it's the same person?
Then he went to Don Bosco, I think. I don't know. His brother was my classmate, Settorio Rodriguez.
Really?
Yeah. And then one more brother was there, Avito. And then after, I lost touch of
That time the boarding, lot of people used to come from South Goa and all over the place, no?
South Goa because of Father Milleris, no?
Yeah, I see.
He's the one, he's from there, no? My
Shastika
village, no?
to. Which village?
Benauli.
Benauli.
His house is still there. I always
Really?
asked them, some of them, but he used to bring them for a contract. So African days like he used to come. I don't know, he went to Africa or he went to East Africa at that
I
time,
see.
and he collected a lot of boarders. And that time in the boarding we had first class and second class, John. We had food. So
I remember my dad was in St. Stanislaus and
Bandra.
So his father had died early. So he was a third class boarder, meaning they had to help the feeding the other boys, laying the table for the other boys before they eat.
okay.
And then the Jesuits gave them at a highly subsidized cost. But he had great respect for the Jesuits. Because of that, he got access to a top quality education at a very low rate.
Yeah.
You know, he never saw it as discrimination or anything like
Because
that.
I missed admission in St. Xavier's in Bombay because from Goa I went there. They had a little, because they didn't have commerce at that time. So I went to another college.
Okay.
That's how slowly. Even see, the more you get older.
Yeah.
I mean, never we say the education. There's no horizon for the education.
Yeah, there's no
The
limit
more
to it. You can
study,
always, yeah.
Yeah, only when the education stops is when you go to your grave.
Very well, very truly put. One question: how is it to run a tailoring business outside
See,
of
it is,
Goa?
we are not only tailoring, it is textile and tailoring.
I see.
We had ready-mades also in those days. And ready-mades is like not this ordinary shirts. This we used to get from London.
I see.
Even the fabric used to come from London. And shirting fabric used to come from Austria and sometimes Germany.
Really?
You know? Yeah. This time it was called Tervira. Then Japanese was called Tetrex.
Wow.
And now it is called Tailoring.
Cloth is a big thing, no? In those days, we couldn't get good cloth, no?
No. That time, because my dad, his friend was, his son was a doctor.
Okay.
So his mother was a nurse in Margao. I didn't know. They
Yeah.
came for a lunch in. So he brought a white cloth for her. I think about for nurses. I think 3 meters, 3.6. He brought almost 10 meters. And she made a dress, and it was sparkling white. You know,
I see.
White means
Wow, white means white.
Snow white, you can say. And from where you got this?
Wow.
And I mean, it's in Doha, no?
Right.
The Japanese fabric is very good.
Quality is too good.
Quality
Too
is
good. Too
good.
good.
And especially high Sophie, you know, it's good. So that is how we have ready-mades. We have so many things, and then my uncle
Now,
passed
one
away.
request to you:
Yeah,
all the talent that you have got, put a little bit back to Goa. If you can have a
absolutely,
small
because,
training
see,
center or something here.
One thing, it's really half in my ears because me and my brother, because he was after
John and
there was a Cajetan. He was in the batch of 75, I think, old course. Then I don't know, he became sick, and then I don't know what happened to him. Then my auntie took great care. You know, I really had so to my mom's older sister. She was in Bombay before, no. But she was, she was not educated, but she could speak English like
Really?
everybody. Yeah.
amazing, no? That generation.
English
I see.
Because,
But it's amazing, no? That generation, they struggled and they came up.
She was a governess for the Parsis.
I see.
Yeah.
I see.
Like, she used to go. She is the first person to go on the on the flight.
I see. In those days.
Then they had factory. The owner had a factory in Gujarat. I think, I don't know where, Surat or maybe Hoka or something like that. I don't remember. And she employed my uncle also.
Anyway, whatever it is. Amazing. Fascinating story.
But I have that wish, because my dad said to somebody, he didn't tell us, so that really it housed me.
Uttarana means? They are not shaping up.
Not even coming to that level, they are not a high caliber.
No, but John, I'll tell you, parents have high expectations.
No, they have high expectations.
Secondly, in those days, there used to be a lot of distrust between parents and children. They used to always say, how will you all grow up? How will you all manage the world?
No, that was it was educating, because we were naughty at those days. No?
Yeah. I mean, a boy from Britos told me this story. He told me Alvin. He said one day one priest or teacher, the artist.
Okay.
He told me, this teacher said to me, you are not fit for anything. You won't even become a taxi driver, he told him. Alvin says, after that day I got a shock. I decided to take life seriously. He became an artist, qualified professional artist. He is doing well for himself. So, sometimes.
I'll tell you, I give may his soul rest in peace. I remember Sir Ivan Rocha. He passed away.
My favorite also.
He was a very good English teacher. And he told me, John, you start reading books, start reading newspapers. Don't think you can talk English, this and that. Because my English, I was not. He said you can come with this distinction, I still I remember him,
He had his good ways of teaching,
and he used to play good guitar, and from him only we learned at Christmas. He used to play very well. The Gat he is very good.
Gat,
as
we called it in those days, the Gat. Talking about which, lovely reminiscing with you, John. We'll be in touch. We'll be in touch. Thank you for taking the trouble to come there during your crowded.
I came all the way from South here. I said I'll meet you. And Magir Manta, I met the boy who was my classmate in Vasco. So they had a Marshall Hotel. So I don't know, there's a dispute between families. I don't know why we Goans are having so much dispute. We should sort it out.
That is true. That is true.
Not only with him, even in our family.
That is true. With all of us.
All of us. Yeah.